Good evening, and welcome to Vampire the Masquerade, Philly by Night, The Monster Within. I am your storyteller, Prince, also known as Dimplesndice, and we are here to tell a vampire story. I'm sorry we missed you last week, but we're back, and the whole crew is gathered this week, and it is going to be a time. A time, I don't know what kind of time, but it is going to be a time with this crew and the shenanigans they get into, because we're dealing with the aftermaths of some deaths and some new deaths to come. So let's jump right in. So as a content warning, you can hit exclamation VCW in our chat if you're on Twitch. But our general content warnings are body horror, gore, graphic violence, manipulation and coercion, mature language, mind control, psychological and existential horror, and sexual themes. This particular episode may have some, will have some content relating to familial death. And the aftermath of that with grief and such, and vengeance. I suspect there will be some vengeance. So let's talk about it. When we last left off, we were dealing with Delaney and Dr. Cora Hartland. Cora had Delaney come over as a visit. Delaney was going through some things, and got this visit and their short discussion. Delaney heard the cries and or painful moans of someone who has clearly been gagged and or muffled, very intentionally. And Cora said, we should have a talk about vampire cults. And so that's where we're going to start off. Delaney. Cora says to you, there is a person, and you should know that, and they won't get much louder than this. You can only hear it because you're inside.
Okay.
I'm sorry if this is surprising or upsetting to you. It's just not everyone gets what they deserve. I guess that's as good a place to start as any. You know what I mean? Like, you were dying. You didn't deserve that. That was circumstances brought on by your life and your background and things that were out of your control. I hopefully gave you a measure of control when I embraced you. You seem to be on the up and up there, but there were so many people who are in charge of things that they shouldn't be in charge of. And they take advantage of people that they shouldn't take advantage of. And I believe those people should be punished. And I am in a position now to make that happen.
It's not the first time I've heard that this week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where else did you hear it, if you don't mind my asking?
What is the park called? I can't remember. The park where the cult was at?
Bartram's Gardens.
Oh, Bartram's Gardens?
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
And what brought you there?
A job that went sideways, as they always seem to.
I mean, you weren't hurt, were you? Or...
No.
Okay.
I'm just fascinated. They have a beautiful garden, so I just followed the path.
It's like, I imagine you didn't end up there by accident.
No, but it also wasn't where I expected to be.
You met Mother Vespera then, I suspect, if you're still
Uh,
here and walking.
I did, yes.
What happened?
Well, the Scourge sent us to find Crux and I, um, a runaway childer, and last place that they had been seen was in Bartram's garden. So we went there and smelled the rot and the flowers and discovered that she had been taken in by them.
And she was
And
not being held hostage, I assume.
no, she seemed to want to be there. I think she ran to them and found safety. Did they provide you safety?
And she smiles at it. Not exactly. I don't need safety. I'm not afraid of anything that is out there right now. These people who would harm me, if that is what they actually wish, then I'm sure if they gathered the right numbers and the right people for the right ambush, then I could be eliminated. But they would be hurt dearly trying. And she looks borderline sinister. This is the first time I've seen her look that way in all of the time we've been together.
It definitely you know it's when you see a different side of somebody and you're taken aback at first, but it's not in a way that's frightening in so much oh, I need to get away from this person right now because I know she would never hurt me. But it's just seeing again a side that I've never seen before, but also maybe in some ways I relate to and didn't realize I would relate to it.
I think she's probably told you a little bit about Cain and Lilith and
Mm.
some of the structure, what have you. It's like, truthfully, a lot of that doesn't matter to me. It's not that I don't believe in the Dark Mother or what she stands for, but some of the rituals and such are a bit extra.
It's a little too sanctimonious, I thought. A little, this is you know, again, people can believe what they want. A lot of the stuff they were spouting, I'm pretty sure I could hear similar versions from the Church of Cain, so it was kind of a lot. I feel like I could go to a Catholic church and hear the same.
Religion seems to be like that across most religions, right?
Yeah.
But there are kernels that I've taken away from what I've learned and how to cultivate my garden and how to make people pay for the sins they have done. She goes, I have had to deal with men who believe they know more than me and my area of expertise that I have studied in for my entire life, who tell me that they know plants better than me, their herbology better than me, know flowers better than me. I spent my entire life since a child working in a garden. You know why I was working in a garden? Because that's where a girl was supposed to be. And now they pretend to know more than me because they have a college education. Fuck them. And that attitude extends across so many of them, in so many places, and they use that to push women down more and more and more. Even where we are now in the Camarilla with the prince, who is a woman, we have to deal with, and she almost sneers. You could feel it on her face. A Ventru who thinks he knows better about how things should be run than anyone else. Thinks that we are too stupid to understand the double dealing he's doing with the anarchs.
Oh, okay. So you guys do know about that.
He's a
I
useful
had a
idiot.
feeling. I had a feeling just based on some things that the prince said and the child that we were to retrieve confirmed a lot of what you're saying.
I don't know the details of that, but you could tell me later. It's not
Yeah.
super important at the moment. I think it would benefit you to learn more from the Bahari. I'll give you some pieces of knowledge, some books and things that I have picked up. And I will teach you one of the rituals to help to cultivate plants and to prepare a space to become a garden. I
Okay.
think that could be very useful. And it's an excellent way to get rid of certain people.
Yeah, I think I'd like that. I I feel powerless a lot and like I'm not very helpful. And maybe this could be a way I can help.
Why do you feel powerless?
Oh, mm, I guess I mean like physically compared to my coterie mates.
Yeah, perhaps. I she kind of looks over herself and she does not look physically
Yeah.
imposing at all. And she goes, I don't think our bloodline is particularly blessed in the physical attributes. Not to say that we can't learn to be stronger. Perhaps um, there are ways to do so, learning from the right kindred, but you have powers beyond what you imagine. And as you grow into your blood and your potency, I suspect you'll get far stronger than you think. You have the power to harm or heal, which no other bloodline really does.
I felt like lately I felt like maybe I could heal. I haven't tried it yet though. It just kind of I saw, they all kind of get on my nerves sometimes, but I saw Adonis hurt and there's something in me that really wanted to help, but I couldn't at the time. But I think now I could.
Would you like to test it out?
Yeah. Uh, Also, can I see who you have in the basement?
Oh, that's exactly what I'm planning to show you.
Okay.
She opens the door. And you see when she opens the basement door, it actually is, she's got like soundproofing on it.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see how like softly it opens and closes. Like it is well oiled, smooth open. And she closes it behind you, locks it, and walks down the basement calmly. And you see a man who is gagged, uh, taped over his face, uh, all the way over his face, like mouth, nose, so everything is covered up. and he's still wiggling and moaning and trying to get out. But what he's wiggling from is like through the concrete of our floor, there are vines digging into his skin and holding him down and kind of wrapping around him. And you can see them digging towards his chest and opening his chest up. And she goes, if you're hungry, you can have a taste. He's probably a little bit more potent than others. And you don't have to worry about the bonding thing. He won't be around very much longer.
Do I don't recognize this person?
No, his face is
No?
completely
Okay, just wrapped up and just okay.
Yeah. And she goes,
Oh.
I'll cut him open just a moment.
I'm trying so hard to keep it together this scene, but
Uh-huh.
my table mates are being menaces in the chat, and I love it. I'm obsessed with everybody at this table. Dell's not hungry, but she will go for a little taste. Why not? See what it's all about, since two of her coterie mates are obsessed with drinking kindred blood.
You're free to partake. And she cuts the tape roughly with a razor blade. She's not like this person's, you can see their face split as the tape cuts off. She's not gentle with this at all. And you see he's got a gag over his mouth still, and she does not take that off of him. It's just and you don't know this person. You do remember seeing this person though, and they were at the Anarch event that y'all went to when y'all were basically going on your apology tour for breaking the masquerade as babies sort of situation there. A face in the crowd, just not familiar. And she says, he runs a company that takes advantage of immigrant women, sending them on jobs for extremely low pay and then taking half of their pay in order for them to keep safe in the U.S. He said he would report them to Border Patrol or ICE should they ever step out of line. And he'll never get to do that again.
Good.
You taste his blood. And now you can kind of get why they drink each other's blood. You feel strong. Like you feel like you could probably lift a car if you got enough back into it. Maybe not lift the whole car, but at least a solid 500-600 pounds.
So somebody can roll out from underneath the car if I lift it up.
Right, now. Like, but you're
like,
feeling
y'all need to do it quickly.
Yeah, this is some potent Bruja blood. And he is fighting against these vines, and they are just digging into him. And whenever he tries to get too far out, or if he starts to make some progress, one of the vines just stabs him right in the heart, and then he's paralyzed.
I love this. And
then whenever he gives up a little bit, the vine comes out, and he struggles a little bit, and just constantly staking him.
I imagine too there are times where like the vines will like loosen on him just a little to give him a false sense of hope, and then tighten immediately when he's like, oh, I can get out now. This
is very much torture. And it is unrepentant in what it is. And she goes, heal him. He's not going anywhere.
Okay. I will heal, I will find like the tiniest wound wound to heal. Because
Maybe one of the vines going through like a fingernail.
yeah, oh cool. Yeah, definitely that one. Yeah. Small but
Sorry.
nasty. No, it's fine. It's fine. I just yeah, because I think I mean seeing this, Delaney's not surprised so much by the sight of it, just because we saw this the other night at the Bahari Temple. It is surprising that it's Korra, but at the same time,
I will say
logically,
this,
mhm.
because this was posted in the chat, just for racist, and I think it is important to say this is not
Yeah.
a white man. This is a Mexican man. Or at least someone of Latin descent.
There are white Latinos, so probably one of them.
Still racist. I just
like
want to point that out.
One of the ones when you look at the polling numbers and you're like, oof, like
Yes.
he's the oof.
It is that situation. Exactly what you just wrote.
Like, okay. Yeah, so I will like heal just a little finger, like a paper cut on him.
Do you have to
Just to see
roll
if I
any
can.
checks for this?
Let me see. I just have to. Can you pop up? Can you open? You don't want to open? There you go. Intelligence and fortitude. Vampire rolls intelligence and fortitude against difficulty 2 and mends a number of superficial health damage levels equal to the margin on the roll.
Okay.
I also have to do a rouse check. Or rouse check and additional health depending on circumstances. I don't know what that means. But I do have to rouse. So.
I would do that if you're trying to heal someone in like a stressful situation or something like that, but this is just you're practicing.
Okay. I only have one hunger. I do not get hungrier. Okay, so intelligence and fortitude is gonna be. Oh, okay. Where's fortitude at? For some reason, I'm like, I can't see it right now. Oh, fortitude is okay. There it is. I'm not smart today. I'm like, where's fortitude? I'm looking at it like it's a fucking.
You're smart every
attribute.
day. Just some days are more of a struggle than others.
Oh my goodness! Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I got. This one's a little cocked. Okay. I got 4 successes.
Okay. So that means you would heal him 2. So as you go to heal him, Cora looks and she looks towards like a corner of the room, and then you see the vine go back into the heart, stabbing him, staking him there, and you see the vines kind of get pushed out of his hand as you heal him, and his fingers mend back together. The nail sits back down on the nail bed. The arm starts to look a bit more healthier as you do this. You did heal him.
And when she looks in the corner, is she looking at the vines, or is there something?
If you follow the vines, you can see that's probably wherever the plant is. It's hard to see.
Gotcha.
It's dark.
Okay.
But it smells like dirt and roots down here. It's different than all the plants you smelled upstairs.
Yeah.
This place seems both more like
fertile.
Yes. And it almost feels like a greenhouse.
I was gonna say, like, it feels like maybe like a jungle almost. I could just imagine like a lot of like tropical loving plants down here, like the kind that grow in the Amazon, so they don't need a lot of sun.
Yeah.
Fucking sick.
Good.
It's just sick.
I've been doing this to him off and on for the last, say, week.
Oh.
Heal him a little bit. Let him suffer. I suspect he's incredibly hungry by now.
That's too bad. I think as Cora says, he's probably incredibly hungry right now. I think back to my coterie mates, and I'm like, could I maybe take some of his blood with me?
I mean, doesn't have a lot, but sure.
I mean, whatever's left. I
Yeah.
know two people who would appreciate a good meal.
And she goes, just a moment. And
drags out two buckets, two gas containers.
she goes over to the corner, and then you see, like, she kind of turns on a little bit of light. You see this. It looks like there was a pot there at one point, and now there's just kind of like roots growing up out of it with like some weird looking flowers you've never seen before. And she whispers something to the plant. And then you see one of the flowers fall off of the plant. And the top of the flower kind of flips over and it starts crawling towards him.
Oh my god, this is so
And then it crawls up on top
table.
of his face.
Above table. This is fucking sick. This is some Addams Family shit, and I fucking love it. Okay, we'll go back to the scene. Okay, sorry.
It crawls on top of his face. And then it kind of clamps down, almost like a face hugger in Alien.
Oh my god.
And then it's pulling, kind of pulsating as it pulls up. And then you see blood start to spurt out of the root from it. And it sort of forms a little leaf cup that holds it as the blood is spurting out.
Oh my god. This is cool.
And the vine comes out and you see the last bits of a struggle, but then it's just shaking hands and foot kicking. And then it stops. It's like, it wasn't much left, but she takes the top of the flower off and she just puts the leaves together like this. And she's like, that'll hold it.
Oh my god. Thank you. I thank you for sharing this with me.
You're my chowder.
I know, but you don't have to share everything.
I know you. There are a lot of us who have very, very toxic relationships with their sires. I mean, you have a member of your coterie who killed their sire.
Yeah.
It's not great. And you're my first chance to do this, maybe my last chance to do this. So I figured I would at least try to get it right. And maybe I end up telling you too much and getting you in trouble. And if that's the case, I'm sorry ahead of time for any trouble that your knowledge might cause you. But well-informed is well-armed.
Well, you know, I agree with that. I think I think you know a little bit about how I grew up, and my parents weren't the best, so I don't have the best frame of reference, but I think you're doing a good job.
She kind of like doesn't know what to do with her hands for a second, and you see the little blood tear roll down her face, and then she gives you a hug. Like, she goes, okay, you don't have to do all of that.
I know, but I mean it. I appreciate everything you've done for me.
Yeah, okay, all right. Kind of hides her face.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you need from me tonight, or do you need to stay here, or you good to get home?
I think I should be good to get home. Thank you.
Okay.
I should, while it's still warm, like hold up the little blood flower.
It'll probably
like a
stay
to-go
warm
bag.
for like the next 12 to 18 hours.
Oh, okay.
But then after that, it's done. And,
Yeah.
you pumped a little healing into him, warmed it up a little bit.
Yeah. Also, yeah, I would like to learn some of this.
She goes, darling, you already know. And you do. You're going to get the first level of the Bahari lore sheet to add to your sheet after watching her do all of this.
Oh, fuck yes.
It is called, forget. God damn it. I had it written down and I have notes. But yeah, it's the first level of the Bahari lore sheet.
Oh my god, sick. Okay, I'm excited.
So, you finish your night, you go home, you take your day sleep. Let's bounce out to the greater party now. Calliope, you had watched Delaney walk away, made sure they were safe. And then I believe you and Crux walked away together. Was that correct, or was it Adonis and Crux?
I think it was the three of us. Calliope eventually joined in with Crux and Adonis.
All right. Were y'all all going home after the situation at the pier? Calliope is not. Okay.
Cal is not. Cal,
what about
at some
Adonis
point...
and Crux? Just want to clear this up for our plot. What happens next here?
I'm at 3 hunger.
You gonna get you some knobs?
Yeah, and I'm a little fucked up. I still have like 2 ag.
Oh, that's right, you do.
Yeah, I got my ass beat in bed. Not fun.
Crux?
I'm down to hit the town at least one more scene, but Crux doesn't actively have any plans, from what I can remember, because my memory is dog shit.
Okay, I'm just making sure. All right, Cal. What shenanigan of fuckery are you planning?
Cal, still in this very heightened, strange space. As they're all walking, kind of glances sideways at Adonis, and then their hand like comes out and touches the top of Crux's wrist. I think we should go somewhere.
Just takes a split moment to look at Adonis, sees them still a little fucked up, and I remember Crux had said that they're going to update everyone on the bullshit that's been happening, but in this moment it's gonna
And I think they kind of like at a cross street, they like split from Adonis. And Crux, how long does it take you to realize that Calliope is going back toward your old apartment?
It's on their mind, so probably about halfway when we're there. Like when we're halfway through, they're like, okay.
I figure there's probably something to see there. Maybe a vigil, maybe something else.
It's gonna be something that also relates to our own deaths, but yeah, that's fine.
Let's just be careful.
No, when you say be careful, does that mean you're trying to make sure that you're not seen?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. So you make your way to your old apartment. It is still a building, and in that sense of the word, but like this was a bad fire to the point where this is an apartment complex, sort of, I wouldn't even say complex, like a multi-story row home converted to an apartment next to several other row homes. The other row homes next to it also have pretty extensive fire damage, but this one was such a bad fire that the roof collapsed in on top of it. All the windows are busted out on the front side of the home, the side of the home. There's not a lot left other than the facade of the building itself. There's still police tape around it. The doors and windows they seem like they started boarding up the bottom level ones, but the top ones that's a problem for another day sort of situation here. There is, like a few pictures, like people around them that put up like against a phone pole in front of the place. There's like some, like, there was a child in this building. So there's like a whole bunch of different things that are there for different people. You see this from a distance. Are y'all being stealthy if you want to get closer? It is late, so you don't have to be super stealthy, but I do need a dex and stealth roll from both of you. If you're using any powers, that could make you less visible, but I don't think y'all have anything that would make you invisible while moving.
What did you say? Dex?
And
Agility?
stealth.
Dex and stealth. That makes a lot more sense. I forgot where I was for a second. Okay. I do have a bonus skill for stealth against kindred. Particularly? Okay. Is that applicable here or no?
It does not seem to be so. You don't really see anyone but like normies walking around.
Mm-hmm. 5 successes for me.
4 successes.
Nice. Yeah, y'all are pretty stealthy. Y'all are waiting for a right opportunity to move in. What are you looking for here?
Calliope has, on the way, they bought, like some folks who sell flowers, like on the street, like on corners sometimes. Mm-hmm. They've bought like a $1 rose flower, and probably 2 more for Crux's parents as well. So they want to go up to like the vigil sites and take a second with them. And then Cal is going to just spend some time staring at the broken husk of what used to be their mother's apartment for quite a few years, at least 7 to 10. She probably lived in that building. And then if they can manage to see anything strange, anything that sticks out about why this is still a police site, if there's anyone around who seems to be doing any kind of investigative work, and / or maybe if there's a good way in to the building.
Okay. Be a good roll for this. God, cat, please. Let's go with intelligence investigation. But we'll do a wits and awareness first to see if you can find a good place to enter. Or if you have like some discipline that would help you to get into the building, feel free to pitch me on that.
Maybe Cat's Grace for celerity to balance if they need to climb up to an unboarded window.
If applicable, we will use that.
Cool. Probably not 2 successes.
For wits and awareness?
For wits awareness, yeah.
What about you, Crux? Unless you're not trying to get in here.
Cal hasn't communicated anything going through their mind.
But
they just think they bought flowers and brought you here.
Yeah, it's like a little obvious. It's like now
I'm wondering if it's crossing your mind too, more that kind of situation.
I think Crux is because we can see a lot of the damage, right? Or at least because you said the roof.
You can see some of the damage. Like you can see if you look through the top windows, it is very easy to see that you're looking at night sky through the windows.
I do think Crux wants to like see the damage. I think there's a curiosity there.
Sure.
So you said wits and awareness.
Wits and awareness. See if you find an easy way to get in here. Just scoping the place out.
One success.
No, you're not seeing a great entry place here. I would say both of you probably come to a very similar conclusion. Climb up and go through a window. You're both strong enough to do this, to the point where like between you having 3 dots in strength and cast grace, I'm not going to make you roll for it. And between Crux being a Brujah that's just super duper strong and have some dots in athletics, I'm not going to make you roll for this. If you took half, you'd get in here. There's not a great other way. The worry is about structural stability, but as soon as you go to grab and move on this, it's not like the front of the building is going to fall off sort of situation. The issue is once you get to the window, there's not a floor to really get to. So you're going to jump straight down a story to get to the bottom floor onto the burnt detritus that is left there. What you see, and this is just to basic eye, is that it's not like the whole floor is gone from multiple floors. It's just the second story. You get up and you're seeing through the second story window that the floor above that fell down. There's like pieces of floor left in certain sections, but it's not like enough for you to like walk around on or something like that. Whatever you're seeing now is like, oh wow, this must have been a pretty bad fire. There's not a whole lot left outside of like some appliances that have fell down to the bottom floor. Honestly, that's what's mostly on the floor of any place, is where an appliance fell down to, and they haven't cleared all of that stuff out. They moved some things around to try to get bodies, and if you look at the news report, they have recovered most of the bodies here, so everybody's accounted for. Whether or not all of them are accounted for, that's not necessarily in the reporting here, but you can tell that they were digging around in the rubble here to try to find people, and they moved a lot of the heavier stuff out of the way. Anything else you would learn, I would need a intelligence and investigation roll for.
Okay. Cal is down for that. I think as they don't really talk to Crux through a lot of this. I think they are just kind of silently next to you. They put the rose down in front of the picture of their mom with some other plastic flowers and wrapped gifts, if there are any, for Miss Maggie. But they put their roses down, take a second, look at it. They don't look at it for too long, though, before they start scanning for the window, because there are 2 main questions in Cal's mind. Number 1, why did so many people die in this fire? This was a fire that was started during the day, in particular. And
early AM.
normally early AM, so perhaps people were sleeping, but Cal has a feeling, were the doors locked? Were things barricaded so no one could get out? Or when they get in, I think they take a deep inhale, like a really deep inhale to try to smell for gasoline, kerosene, lighter fluid, anything that would have made this such a bad fire. Any sign like that. So I would love to roll intelligence investigation.
Please. And if you'd like to, you could always rouse your intelligence.
I would love to, because I would be rolling at 1 dice for this.
Go for it. Roll a rouse check and take those extra 2 dice.
I did not get hungrier. Thank God, because I was at 3. And it's an extra 2 dice or an extra 3 dice?
2.
Okay. Rolling all my hunger dice. Surely this won't go badly. 1 success.
1 success. Okay. There is, what's the best way to put this? You don't know exactly what happened, and it's kind of hard to tell. This check probably is going to give you more questions than answers, and ultimately it's going to be because if it was an electrical fire, one question that you had was, how come nobody got out in time from any of the floors? The other question is, how did it burn so much before anyone got here? Anything else, signs of an accelerant or anything like that, you can't tell. It smells like smoke and charred things in here. Not really a whole lot else to suss out right now, though.
This leaves Cal a little frustrated, and they kind of have landed down on the first floor, or they're carefully picking around. Crux, with you inside the building, looking a little bit more untethered than they have kind of this whole time, kind of starting to really pick through stuff now, but frustratedly finding nothing.
And I don't think Crux is watching or really paying attention to Cal right now, because I think Crux is kind of holding one flower, probably dropped another one to what is the front door, what was the front door, and is mostly walking very slowly, looking left, looking right. Kind of, it looks like he's trapped in memory, thinking about oh, this is where we would always come in. This is the door that didn't work. That was where that neighbor that I got into a fight as a child, but then became best friends with. Every single thing that has happened in here over the 10, 20 years that they've probably lived here with the family before moving out. Fuck.
I can't find anything. Maybe we can find out the police report. Maybe from the fire station.
If there's one thing I can tell you, it's police and firemen are not going to be help here.
I know. They do another lap, kicking the same ash and pushing the same charred remains of appliances that they had already kicked through and pushed on, inspected over and over again.
Crux, roll me a wits and awareness.
I was going to say something that probably has something to do with this. I'm horrified.
Please, what were you going to say?
Nope, too late. I want to roll. I'm going to rouse or whatever. Good. rouse wits? That's Vampire the Masquerade words.
That's
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah. Anyway, who's the VTM player now? Still not me.
So I just want to say I'm obsessed with you.
How do I? I'm going to use a willpower. How do I? How do I? It's okay. 5 successes.
5 successes. Fantastic.
I don't like.
So, as Calliope is kind of walking around the place, kicking things, you see from your mom's china cabinet this one big serving plate that she used for like family dinners for holidays, that special serving plate, kind of broken in the middle of all the shit, but it just like there's dust that kicks up and you just see it and you know it's yours. You know it's nobody else in this building. This was in your family's china and it is still there.
The plate. And I think Crux is kind of in the middle of saying, I think maybe we should find like a nos or something, what Adonis said, and then like stops.
The nos don't want to help us. They're not going to give us anything.
And Crux is walking over, still very slowly, still caught in memory. Kind of their feet hike up as if they were walking upstairs. But this tray has fallen down from the second floor, somehow untouched. Maybe it's because everything else, a part of it is broken. Something about physics, who cares? They grab it with both hands and hold it very reverently.
Is that yours?
It's my mom's.
It's pretty.
And pretty well used. Every holiday, every special gathering, every time we just needed to carry something heavy.
You should take it.
I will.
Put Fred's head on it.
I think we should find something nicer than that.
Cal kind of turns again to leave you with it, to give you space with it.
And he's holding it very close to his chest. Very softly, probably the softest you've ever seen Crux. In the month, almost 2 months, you've intimately known them. This doesn't look like a boxer or a fighter or a protector. This looks like a boy thinking about his mom.
And Cal can't bear to look at you when you're soft. Whatever soft childlike part of them exists, and you assume it must, though you weren't there when they made all those phone calls. You weren't there when they cried or when they burned up Fred's picture. Whatever it is, it's not in the ash with you. This Cal is hungry and focused and unfocused. And it feels like there are bees rattling around the inside of their head.
Are you doing anything else here?
I don't think Crux has the wherewithal to do anything else, I'm going to be honest.
Okay. So,